Eastern PA Weather 30 meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for March 24th, 2017. We're going to have a warm front that's going to be pushing through the area this morning, and until it does, it's going to be a little bit on the cold side. Actually, we're going to have cold air in place, and that's going to allow for some icy concerns across mainly north central and northeastern Pennsylvania this morning. I really don't think this is a big deal overall. We were able to, so we did have to send out alerts for those areas yesterday for up to a tenth of an inch of ice, and that will be, again, in those aforementioned areas across northeastern Pennsylvania and north central PA. And you can see that here. Most of the precipitation, thankfully, is staying off to the north. So these areas that are below freezing, which is anywhere above this line right here, and anywhere north of that is all below freezing. So this would be above freezing, would be a problem if this precipitation was a little bit further south, but luckily it's not projected to be. And at least not when it's at the point where it's cold. And this is 7 a.m. and a look at freezing, light freezing rain and sleet across the northern tier that will continue eastward. Here's 8 a.m. and you can see that getting over to northeastern Pennsylvania. Some areas here are above freezing already, but especially in the higher locations, you'll have the opportunity for some sleet and freezing rain moving eastward, and you can see that across the northern tier here. And that gets over to the Poconos here by 10. The precipitation, for the most part, moves out of the region before noon. It also gets in northwestern New Jersey in the colder spots there with some slight sleet, light freezing rain. This is generally light, not a real big deal, but could have some travel implications with up to a tenth of an inch of precipitation falling in the form of freezing rain, most likely, until this goes through. But further south, you're just looking at just rain showers, because this is going to be coming through later in the morning where it has an opportunity to warm up. And that warm front will continue off to the north. And once it does, it will start warming up temperatures. It will stay mostly cloudy this afternoon, cloudy to mostly cloudy this afternoon, even though the precipitation has ended. However, you will still have temperatures rising this afternoon because of that warm front being on the opposite side of it. So going a little bit further from this point, we'll get to the evening, and you can see that's cleared up to the north now with the warm front being well to the north. So we are definitely on the warm side of things, but it looks clear, meaning no precipitation, but you still have those clouds hanging around this afternoon for a good portion of the area. Maybe the southern area starts seeing some breaks, some sunny breaks later in the day, but we do have a push of warmth coming in here, especially into south central PA. When that surge of warmth comes in once that front clears to the north. So going a bit further than this, we're going to get into an unsettled pattern for the next couple of days. That front's going to start to sag down to the south on Saturday. Here's a look at Saturday morning. It's still to the north over New York State, but then it starts to creep down to the south a little bit, and we have the opportunity for some showers, at least across northeastern Pennsylvania. It may sneak down all the way into east central PA and northern New Jersey, and these areas are a little bit further south than originally projected, so that may affect temperatures on Saturday. Otherwise, because of this high pressure sitting out here in the Atlantic, it is going to be very warm, and a warm surge of air will come in on this side of the front that will allow temperatures to respond here on Saturday. Now let's get over to the Saturday projections. Again, this is the high temperatures projected on Saturday, mid to upper 60s to near 70 down here by Philadelphia and points south, and also by Harrisburg and York County. But you can see the cutoff here is pretty far to the north. I'm a little skeptical of that, though, because if you do have some clouds and some showers moving in the afternoon, some of these areas right in here will be affected by that, and it might not be quite as warm as projected. So we'll have to wait and see how that works. The position of the front will be critical in determining how warm it actually gets on Saturday, but I think further south you're safe in getting to those warmer temperatures as projected. So let's go back to the map here, show the more unsettled weather coming in. Again, Sunday is now projected to be just a mostly cloudy day. Not too much weather precipitation shown. Here's a look at Saturday morning and Saturday evening. And finally, you get some showers moving in during the evening hours that will continue overnight. Another weak wave coming through, and that will last into the day on Monday. It might be most of the day, at least the first half, we're going to call on Monday for now for showers. Maybe some improvement in the second half, but then we have another round right behind it that's going to come through with a cold front, and that's going to come through later on Tuesday afternoon and evening with more showers. And that finally moves off. By the time we get to Wednesday, we finally clear out and high pressure builds in, but we'll be a little bit cooler on Wednesday. But we will stay mild during this entire stretch, it looks like, with temperatures at least near normal, if not above. The only exception of that will be today, where start off cold in the morning with those icing concerns across northeastern Pennsylvania, north central PA, and then it will warm up into close to normal by the end of the day. But It'll still remain cool across those areas with the ice in the morning. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for March 24th, 2017. Have a great Friday.